The money trap you didn't see. That is what we will cover today. Most people think the economy is something they participate in. Work a job, earn a paycheck, spend responsibly, save a little. If you're disciplined enough, you retire one day and enjoy the rewards. But that's not how the system was designed. From the moment you enter adulthood, you are placed inside a machine. A system built not to empower you, but to predict you. A system that doesn't care about your dreams, only about your utility. It starts quietly. You get your first paycheck. Before you even touch the money, a portion disappears. Taxes, insurance, fees. Then the marketing engines start. Endless products, services, upgrades, all positioned not as luxuries but as necessities. You're told this is normal, that this is progress, but behind the surface is a machine with a simple formula. Extract labor, extract attention, extract debt. You are valuable not because of who you are, but because of what you can be convinced to trade. Your time, your focus, your future earnings. The system doesn't need you to thrive. It needs you to comply predictably. Education trains you for tasks, not ownership. Media trains you to react, not to build. Finance trains you to borrow, not to leverage. And every mechanism is designed to feel just natural enough that questioning it seems strange. You are rewarded for staying inside the loop. Work harder. Buy more. Sign longer contracts. Upgrade your life, even if it means borrowing your future to do it. The machine feeds on this movement. The more you trade time for wages, the stronger it grows. The more you finance your lifestyle instead of building assets, the stronger it grows. The more distracted you are by entertainment, outrage, and micro-validation, the stronger it grows. The genius of the system isn't oppression, it's voluntary servitude. You're not forced to comply. You are simply conditioned from an early age to see no other path. And in that conditioning, freedom is quietly traded away. Not with a bang, but with a nod and a paycheck. Real freedom begins the moment you stop asking how to work better inside the system and start asking who owns the system you are working for. Until you see that, every success you achieve is just deeper entrenchment. The machine doesn't need you to fail. It needs you to succeed just enough to stay motivated and stuck. Escaping begins with sight, and most people never even open their eyes. You were taught to believe that hard work leads to success. Work harder, move up, hustle more, earn more, prove yourself and doors will open. It's a comforting story. But in the real architecture of wealth, it's a lie. Hard work makes the system efficient. Ownership makes you free. The critical shift almost no one teaches is this. Labor powers the machine. Ownership extracts from it. Let's repeat this again slowly. Labor powers the machine. Ownership extracts from it. Before we keep going, if this is opening up something new for you, hit the like button so more people can see it. And if you want more videos like this, hit subscribe. Now let's get back into it. You can work harder every year of your life and still end up exhausted, dependent, and replaceable. Because the system was not built to reward effort in itself. It rewards ownership of systems that harness effort. Look at any sector of the economy. The landlord owns the property, the tenant works to pay rent, the platform owns the marketplace, the seller hustles to earn a slice, the corporation owns the supply chain, the employee clocks in to move pieces of it forward. In every case, the owner earns predictably from the efforts of others, not by working harder each year, but by structuring systems once and letting them scale. Yet almost everything you were taught growing up emphasized, well, skills for employment, not ownership, productivity for managers, not autonomy for yourself, savings rates, not asset acquisition, job security, not system building. And, it's not because ownership is impossible, it's because a system that depends on labor just can't function if too many people learn to exit the labor for money trade. So, the myth of hard work success is sold aggressively. In media, in schools, even in many so-called self-improvement spaces. The truth is colder, but honestly far more empowering. The economy does not reward effort proportionally. It rewards ownership disproportionately. And here's the real structure most never see. Effort creates localized, one-time rewards. Ownership creates scalable, repeating rewards. Working harder makes your employer richer. Owning a system makes you richer, even when you're not working harder. This isn't about blaming the system. It's about understanding it, so you can navigate it with clear eyes. Because when you believe hard work alone will save you, you stay on the treadmill forever, upgrading your sneakers, but never questioning the track itself. Freedom is not built by running faster. It is built by quietly stepping off the treadmill and building a machine of your own. Most traps don't work by force. They work by invisible reinforcement. The modern money trap doesn't need chains. It uses offers, obligations, and expectations, all disguised as progress. It starts early and it starts quietly. The first layer is debt. You're encouraged to take student loans before you understand real cost. Car loans before you understand asset depreciation. Credit cards before you experience compound interest, in reverse. Debt isn't sold as slavery, it's sold as empowerment. Invest in your future. Build your credit score. Access the lifestyle you deserve. But every dollar borrowed today is a dollar that owns your future time. Debt isn't just money. It's a claim on your next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. A portion of your life already spent before you get to live it. Then comes the second layer, lifestyle inflation. With every career milestone, the system whispers, upgrade your car, upgrade your wardrobe, upgrade your apartment. The system knows if it can scale your expenses alongside your income, you'll never have surplus to buy assets. You'll need every paycheck to maintain your success. You'll be locked into the next job, the next promotion, the next raise. It's a self-reinforcing cycle where quitting, pivoting, or even just slowing down feels impossible. Finally, the third layer is distraction saturation, a constant stream of cheap dopamine, endless entertainment, manufactured outrage, algorithmic scrolling loops. All of it keeps your mind occupied, never resting long enough to question the structure you're trapped inside, because honestly, questioning requires stillness. Awareness requires boredom. Freedom begins where noise ends. The trap tightens without drama. No villain appears. No prison doors slam. You just wake up one day and realize you have payments stretching decades into the future. You have obligations that require constant income. You have no slack to pivot, no time to build, no surplus to invest. You're not choosing anymore. You're reacting. Not because you made one terrible mistake, but because the system was designed to drift you into this state through 1,000 normal decisions. The tragedy isn't personal failure. It's systemic success. You are living exactly as the machine intended, consuming, borrowing, working, repeating, and the longer you stay busy within the trap, the less energy you have to build the structures that could set you free. Freedom isn't a lottery ticket, it's the slow, strategic reversal of the three layers: deconstructing debt, arresting lifestyle inflation, starving distraction loops. Each small move weakens the trap's grip. Each act of ownership, no matter how tiny, becomes an act of rebellion against a system that profits from your drift. The system was designed to keep you moving. Earn, spend, borrow, repeat. Breaking free doesn't require rage. It doesn't require revolution. It requires something far quieter: ownership. Ownership is the invisible line that separates those trapped inside the machine from those who use it as a tool. But not the loud fantasy version of ownership sold online. Not overnight empires or viral fame. Real ownership often starts in ways so small they feel insignificant. A digital product that earns $5 while you sleep. A rental asset that quietly pays part of your monthly expenses. A revenue share on a service you helped scale. Tiny shifts, but seismic in their meaning. Because ownership changes the equation. When you own, you no longer trade every hour for survival. Instead, you start to own cash flow. You start to own decision time. You start to own optionality, the ability to make moves based on strategy, not desperation. And here's the part almost no one says out loud: you don't need millions to break free, you don't need viral success, you don't even need scale at first. What you really need is enough ownership to buy back two priceless assets: slack, that breathing room between decisions, and time, the ability to think long-term without panic. A $500 per month income stream from a tiny asset might not impress anyone, but honestly it can mean the difference between forced obedience and strategic choice. A $10 a day digital product might seem laughable until you realize it pays your internet bill and keeps you online to build more. These small footholds, they compound. They grow slowly at first, then accelerate as you layer ownership on top of ownership. Each layer reduces your need to sell your hours. Each layer increases your capacity to think bigger, move differently, and risk smarter. Ownership bends the system without fighting it. It actually allows you to step sideways, to move from worker to owner, from consume to controller, from predictable to sovereign. You stop living only within the treadmill economy. You start operating inside the ownership economy, where assets, systems, and networks do the compounding for you. The machine keeps moving for others, but you are building a parallel path, and the longer you stay on it, the harder it becomes for the old system to reclaim you. Because freedom compounds just like wealth does, quietly at first, then unmistakably. And it all begins with the simplest, most subversive act: choosing to own even a tiny piece of your life rather than renting all of it. Not someday, not after you feel ready, but now. Because the system doesn't wait. And every day you delay ownership, the machine strengthens its claim on your future. But every step toward ownership, and no matter how small, is a step toward taking it back. If this gave you something real to think about, tap like so more people can see the map. And if you want more calm, strategic videos like this, hit subscribe. Disclaimer: the videos on this channel are for educational and entertainment purposes only. They do not constitute medical, financial, business, legal, or lifestyle advice. Always consult with a qualified professional before making changes to your health, finances, legal situation, or personal routines. Always do your own research before making monetization decisions. The views expressed are based on publicly available research and emerging technologies at the time of publication, and may change over time.